Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Masters Tour, live from the Link Hotel in Las Vegas, Nevada. I'm TJ, joined by the Derek Brown. Broken Arm Boy, as some may call him.
You are included in that group, I imagine.
I am included, and I'm pretty sure I'm the only one included. But we still...
It's broken.
It is. We have some more round 6 action to still cover left before we get into our final broadcasted round of the day, which is round 7. That comes after 6. And I believe we're going to jump into shortly Viper versus Zalae, which I believe we're going to jump into game number 2 of that matchup. 2 very big names, 2 Grandmasters players as well.
Yes, Viper, after having a tremendous year last year, getting through to being the runner-up in the Hearthstone Championship Tour. In with a reasonable start to Grandmasters as well, with his counterpart Bunny Hopper, with them practicing a lot and bringing the identical deck list very often, is falling a little bit worse, I believe, than Bunny Hopper over the last 4 weeks. But with a 4-1 record here, he's looking much more on his usual form, I would say, as we are jumping into Game 2, Viper 1 game up. Both players are on their secondary deck list in this Mech Hunter versus Bomb Warrior. And Viper has some pretty beefy boys in his secondary deck here.
He does. This is a very kind of greedy list. It does have kind of the standard inclusions of the Death Rattle Mech Hunter with like Spider Bombs, 9 lives. But he also has Cairn Bloodhoof, Double Mechanical Whelp, Oblivitron, and The Undertaker. As well as the 2 Necro Mechanics. So this seems like a warrior killer deck if I've ever seen one.
He's also got Archmage Vargoth in there, which in combination with 9 lives, that's like 18 lives. That's absolutely disgusting.
Yeah. It doesn't feel like math works that way, but
it does.
Sometimes it bees that way. Archmage Vargoth is a little bit interesting because even with 9 lives, you don't actually get to choose which Death Rattle you pick, or which Death Rattle obviously you pick and then add it to your hand as well. So sometimes it can be a little underwhelming, but if you look at the Death Rattles in the deck, there's a lot of great ones. You have Spider Bomb and Urstatron, which are the worst, which is weird to say. And then you have, you know, Cairn Bloodhoof, Mechanical Whelp, Oblivitron.
Oh, Oblivitron. That's nuts.
Yeah, I don't think the Undertaker counts.
It's a Battle Cry minion.
It is a Battle Cry minion.
But it gains Death Rattles.
It gains Death Rattle. So a little bit weird, but, you know.
Sometimes it bees that way.
Sometimes it bees that way. Zalae, on the other hand, in his secondary deck has included double EMP Operative. So, well equipped. Also has double Iron Beak Owl, which I think is the bigger deal out of those 2.
Yeah, this is an inclusion we've been seeing more than I expected, because with Zalae, Purple, and Gallon all bringing this list, okay, that makes sense. They're obviously all practice partners. They're all going to be working together to come up with a list. But we've been seeing some of the players outside of that circle of friends also bringing the EMP Operative and a whole bunch of silence effects. I believe WTY Bill up against Kara Cute with his crazy amounts of silence and mech destruction, taking him to a victory. It's pretty clever to see, because with Bomb Warrior, you're pretty good against most everything. So taking against the mechs makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, it also seems like one of the things that's been pretty popular is Archivist Elysiana main deck.
Yes.
For warrior players, and that allows you the flexibility of having a more flexible secondary and tertiary list. So if you count for that and you have like this secondary list that's pretty open to what you can do, you might as well go all in on countering mech strategies. So I like that idea. Smart. And Zalae is one of those players that does have Archivist Elysiana main deck. One of the other players that I saw that does have that but may not have the EMP Operative Iron Big Owl package is Dr. J, Dr. J Kaninki. Right. He's currently sitting at 5-1.
Not bad.
He's got Archivist Elysiana main deck Warrior as well. I was talking before, and he was saying that he was crushing Warrior Mirrors and just wants more of them.
Well, I don't.
Give me some of that armor.
Oh, no. Give me some of those mechs. We need to keep Zalae up against mechs, because he's been holding up these rounds, a very slow and deliberate player on the Warrior.
Yeah, I got word that Zalae was the last player to finish in the first 3 rounds of the day. He's loving it too.
Look at those eyes. He's having a great time.
This is his home city. He's geared up and ready to go.
It's
he can
true.
just go home after this.
He is a man who detests traveling.
Yep.
And so with this and Grandmasters as well, he's been having the time of his life.
Holding up Swiss rounds.
As these first few turns are really, as you may be able to tell, not the crucial ones in this matchup, as neither player has pulled especially far ahead. But now for Viper, he can start to pull a little bit further ahead. The power minions are really starting to come into play. Mechanical Wealth, and even the Undertaker is not too far off from being a pretty good play.
Yeah, this is such a tough deck, even with EMP Operatives and with the Iron Beak Gallows. There's just so much gas in the deck. And then you have Zul'jin on top of it, which isn't like the crazy Zul'jin that you may see from the mid-range Beast Hunter, because you're not like shuffling Dire Frenzied Beast into your deck. You're not Unleash the Hounding and buffing everything up. But you are casting 9 lives. You're casting Deadly Shot, you're casting Animal Companion. There are even mark shots to try and clear up the board. So it is a way for you to just generate even more resources. Kind of unlike the Mech Paladin, which we saw, as you mentioned, W2Y Bill take out Karakut earlier with his Iron Beak Gal EMP Operative, because they just run out of stuff. And outside of Kangor's Endless Army, that's the only reload they have. Whereas this Hunter deck just has gas for days.
That Oblivion being picked up is pretty spicy. Just getting that Death Rattle in the pool for The Undertaker, I think would feel pretty good.
Such a weird... It's like I can't say a sentence with The Undertaker in it. It almost sounds like every time a caster says The Undertaker, it's dubbed. Like Blizzard comes to us before the event, and they're like, we need you to record this little piece of a soundbite here. Just say into the mic clearly, The Undertaker. And then every time you're going to say it, just press the button and we'll pop it in there for you.
This update is mandatory.
As with Viper not opting to go with the Oblivion there, it makes a higher tempo play, which makes sense, and does quote-unquote bait out the EMP Operative for The Undertaker.
Because I always want to say The Undertaker.
Yeah, but that's a different card.
But then somebody in chat's like, Bagoo. Boo. That's not Undertaker. Is Nax out?
Your magic shall not.
Oh, I'm sorry. Is this wild? To which I respond, be quiet, Raven. No one asked your opinion.
What's he gonna play on turn 8? Perhaps The Undertaker. How many Death Rattles are in the pool right now?
Oh, he's played 2 Ursatrons, I think, but they obviously count as 1.
And then
the Mechanical Well?
Mechanical Well, yeah. Even though it got silenced, it still counts because it was a Death Rattle minion that died.
Yes. I think that's it.
Yeah, I believe that's it.
There's not actually that many Death Rattles in the deck.
Yeah, which is kind of good because you don't want the 9 lives to be clogged up by low-value Death Rattles. So Spider Bomb, Ursatron, Karen Bloodhoof, Mechanical Whelp, and Oblivitron. All very high-value Death Rattles.
Yeah.
A Spider Bomb can sometimes be a little bit low value, especially if like it's on an empty board. Obviously, that's no value, but oftentimes you're getting at least one good option from the selection of 9 lives. Zalae's kind of just running out of resources.
This is kind of the thing that you forget that Warrior does, because so much of the time it can just, you know, play the Acolyte Plane, play Dr. Boom, and hit the Omega Assembly, and then it never runs out of stuff. There's not that much draw in the deck. It should be doing this more often than it does. And I guess that's the benefit of this Mech Hunter deck, is that you're putting so many threats on board, so they have to play these removal cards very aggressively.
I don't make mistakes. I bury them.
The Undertaker. Ursatron, Mechanical Well.
Oh, of course. Sorry, it can get multiples of
It can, yeah.
the same death rattle. Sorry, yeah.
If there's 3 Death Rattles, there's still 4 Ursatron, so it just kind of dilutes the pool.
Right.
Yeah. But still very high
Pretty
value.
good. Yeah. Drawing a little bit of extra resources there is super nice for Viper as well to get him closer to the 9 lives, which I think are very important in this matchup.
So Blastmaster Boom picked up, but Viper drew a bomb last turn. So this might just be a 2.
A regular Dr. Boom. Or has he played a Clockwork Goblin as well? Because he swung twice with a Wrench Caliber, I believe. But either way, I imagine, yeah, we're going to see it anyway.
Yeah, it's just a regular. It was just the 2 swings of Wrench Caliber, and one of the bombs was strong.
A good old Dr. Boom.
So one interesting to note is that there was no mechs left in the deck.
Huh. I guess you're right.
So there actually were Spider Bombs played. We saw one Spider Bomb die because it was attached to a Ziliax.
Wow, that's actually pretty bad for Viper then.
Yeah.
I did not expect that to be the case in Mech Hunter, that it would have just run out of mechs at this point. But
It's
Death Rattle Hunter is
Death Rattle Hunter.
more appropriate.
Yeah. Even Control Hunter might be.
Yeah,
Or
yeah,
mid-range mech. Because it does have
Value
like Spring Paw, Secret Plan, Animal Companion.
Yeah.
Houndmaster Shaw. It does have a lot of good stuff. That's pretty much what it is. Ooh. So Zalae can pick up some gas here. Snip Snap is decent from an empty hand.
Pretty reasonable.
It's just board generation.
Yep. Would he be playing it as one big Snip Snap? Or multiple small Snip Snaps?
What now?
I believe multiple small snaps. Actually, I believe you play it as The Undertaker. Yeah, I feel like multiple small snip snaps. I think you just want multiple attacks to make it more difficult for Viper to remove.
Yeah.
Because the Spider Bomb, you still... Let's say there wasn't 9 lives. Since it was a Spider Bomb in the pool, you get 9 lives, trade over, and you just be left with the 1/1s.
And there
Speaking
it is.
of 9 lives.
That is what you're looking for. The Necromechanic 9 lives combo. Whoa. This is what you're looking for. This matchup is all about tempo in this point of the game. I mean, it's all about the value, but Viper has so much of it that he really just needs to not be dying, and then he's fine.
Let the pain
Oh,
speak to me.
so the Spider Bomb isn't in the pool because he magnetized the Ziliax onto it and died as Ziliax.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Interesting.
I guess you're right.
Huh.
Smart.
That's weird.
That is weird, because, yeah, I guess Ziliax, the Spider Bomb never died. Did it ever even exist?
It's like if you had 2 magnets at home and you attached the 2 magnets together and then you blew them up. The first magnet never existed.
That's just science, guys.
Just science. Also just science attaching real-world implications to Hearthstone. This
Alright,
is
CJ.
this is a 1 bomb out. Viper
Is it
has 2
happening?
bombs in his deck.
Oh, that orange got me for a second on the Necromechanic. That welding. Oh, I thought this Viper was well and truly the Undertaker there.
And Zalae still has a couple turns. Zul'jin can come down here, but it would heal up to 9. Ziliax is gone. So there would still be, if one damage lands, there's still 1 bomb out because at 9, Zalae could swing, attack with 1 damage, and still have a 1 bomb out with 3 bombs in the deck.
Here comes the big ass.
Let's take a look-see.
Oh, so much value.
With Necromechanic on board as well.
Yeah. He's just got to stay alive.
Can track over bombs.
He very possibly did track over it.
And we have no way to check, but maybe he did. So right now there are between 0 and 2 bombs in the deck.
Yes. I think the likelihood of there being 0 left in the deck is very, very low, but it's possible.
And what was the secret fight? Sorry.
Well, it was replayed again, so it's Freezing Trap.
Freezing Trap,
I believe.
And a Clockwork Goblin. Oh, geez. So Viper most certainly has lethal staring back. But the problem is, Zalae actually can't attack through. With Freezing Trap up...
Right, he can only get his opponent down to 6.
Wait, no, he can Freezing the Snip Snap and then...
Oh, he can replay the Snip Snap.
Replay the Snip Snap Magnetize. And then still play Clockwork Goblin.
That is the god tier play.
So then you Snip Snap on your Snip Snap and then kill the Misha.
Yep.
And then attack
4
for
face.
4 and Clockwork Goblin.
Yes. And for all Zalae knows, he has
0 to 2 bombs.
well 0 to
Oh,
one,
it'd be
1
0
to 3. 1 to 3.
Yeah, actually in this case, if he plays Clockwork Goblin and Swing Switch with Caliber, it's
Oh.
2 to 4.
Yes, 2 to 4 bombs left in deck.
So what are the percentages?
Does not compute. Wow, but he's... Oh, he can still do it either way. Sorry, he just takes more damage from face this way. Yeah, okay, sorry. This is fine. Draws an extra. I thought for a second he wasn't going to be pushing the 4 to face here, at which point I would be saying, who is this man and where is Zalae?
All right, 5 health for Viper, 2 to 4 bombs left in the deck.
This is it. He's
Because
got
of the
lethal if he's
tracking.
not dead.
Oh! And that's Viper taking the victory in the game, 2-0 over Zalae. Viper moving up to a 5-1 score to complete round 6. Zalae 4-2.
Yeah, and I want to say for Zalae there, I think all throughout the game he was playing very aggressively, pushing damage to face wherever possible, which is classic Zalae, but also good understanding of the matchup, I think, which is knowing he's never winning on value over the whole game. He just needs to get the damage through to face as quick as possible, which he did. He had a very good out for lethal, just didn't work out this game.
Yeah, and I do love the idea for Viper to bring this Death Rattle Hunter. You could reasonably assume that a lot of players bring Warrior was a safe bring this tournament, and having a deck that does very well against Hunter seems like a great choice. Now, I wonder how it'll do when it's tested against other matchups. I can imagine with how much removal it has, probably does pretty good against Mage, which is the kind of the other deck you're going to run into a lot.
Yeah.
Maybe the issue comes against Rogue. But in a big field like this, you can't try and find a deck that's going to beat everything in the field.
Yes, and I think it's kind of the same strategy we're seeing from Dog, who was also 5-0 going into this round. I'm not sure how he fared after this one. But again, his Mage of being super greedy, cutting all the Mana Cyclone stuff in the early game, it's obviously going to dominate Warrior with all the extra value he's got in the late game. And he went 5-0, undefeated up until this point, looking very, very strong indeed. And it's a similar strategy that is clearly being rewarded with their bravery to go against the grain.
Yeah, and speaking of Dog, he's going to be our featured match on stream for round number 7 of Swish, which will be our final round broadcast for today. But before we jump into that game, we're going to have to go to a quick break, but don't go anywhere. The conclusion, the day 1 here at Master Tour Las Vegas, will continue right after this.